So as we sit here today, the Miami Heat are currently down 3-2 against the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals and are on the verge of elimination. Things are looking very grim for the Heat. They've played their two worst basketball games of their season. The worst time for that to happen. They have looked like a shell of their former selves, and they look like they have nothing left in the tank. To think a team that was one of the best three-point shooting teams in the regular season would shoot 15% from three in a pivotal Game 5. This team has looked terrible over the last two games. They've looked outclassed, they've been outcoached, they've been out-physical, they've been outplayed. Miami is at their darkest hour. They're on the verge of elimination. And now they have a tall task to perform. They have to find a way to go on the road to Boston and get a road win in TD Garden to somehow force a Game 7 back to Miami. This is the toughest task they will be dealing with all season. For them to try and handle this after the way they've looked over the last two games, it's definitely possible, but can they really pull it off? That question remains to be answered. To speak on how poorly the Heat have been, over the last two games, their starting lineup has been pathetic. In Game 4, that starting five accumulated a total of 18 points of offense. That is the lowest scoring output by a starting five in a playoff game since 1970. Absolutely pathetic. In Game 5, you had two of your starters fail to score a basket. Max Strus and Kyle Lowry have been terrible. In fact, Strus has not scored a basket in the last two games. He's been pathetic. He's been 0 for over the last two games. Kyle Lowry has been terrible offensively over the last two games, and he has not had that much of an emphasis on the defensive side either. You have two of your starters who have contributed little to nothing on both ends of the court, and it has massively hurt this team. What makes matters worse, Jimmy Butler has played terrible. Easily the two worst playoff games he's had over these last two games. Jimmy's looked bad. He's looked terrible. He's missed open looks that he's normally been making throughout the season and was definitely making throughout the postseason. Mid-range jumpers that he was making, missing. Air balls. Easy putback layups, missed. Right at the rim, missed. Jimmy has looked terrible. Bam has looked bad over these last two games. It's not like he shot bad, but it looks like the lack of the aggression that he showed in Game 3 has not been shown in the last two games. And honestly, the people that said Robert Williams was locking him up, they're looking 100% right, because Bam is not looking to shoot the basketball when you have Grant Williams on him or when you have Robert Williams on him. And he has looked soft, he has lacked aggression, and it has been bad. Their starting five has looked terrible. There are times where you're looking at the bench guys coming off, you got the bench players looking better and performing better than our starting five. In Game 4, Victor Oladipo had 23 points. He looked better and performed better than anybody in the starting five. In Game 5, Vincent looked better than anybody in the starting five, minus Bam. But again, Bam has lacked aggression. The team has played terrible. They've looked bad. This is the Miami Heat season right here. They have to go on the road, down 3-2, and find a way to win. Morale is really low in the fan base. A lot of people are not sure whether or not this team can get it done. Optimism is high, but morale is very low. The energy level is very low. And questions remain. Does Miami have anything left? Can they really go on the road? Are the Miami Heat officially done? Is this the end of their season? Is this the end of the Miami Heat? These are all the questions Heat Nation is asking. These are all the questions the media is asking. Though, if you look at the media, for the most part, they believe the answer is yes, these guys are done, it's over, it's a wrap. The media has already crowned the Celtics champions in this series. They've already have them advance into the NBA Finals. It's pretty much a wrap, according to the media. But we still have a game to be played, and Miami will still have an opportunity to prove themselves. Question is, will they be able to? They have been lackluster. They have been poor. They have looked awful over the last two games. What left do they have in the tank? Can they really go on the road against this Boston squad and find a way to win a Game 6? Is it possible? Well, I think it is. Despite the fact that morale is low, despite the fact that everyone's already written off the series as the Celtics winning it, despite the fact nobody besides Heat Nation believes the Heat can win a Game 6 on the road, I still believe there is a possibility and a chance for Miami to do it, despite the fact that they've looked so poor. Miami will have an opportunity to do what the Celtics did to the Bucks. In a pivotal Game 5 in the second round between the Celtics and the Bucks pulled off an epic comeback and pulled off a road victory against the Celtics. Boston was down 3-2 in that series, and they had to travel to Milwaukee in a do-or-die situation to find a way to force a Game 7. What ended up occurring? You had a masterclass performance by Jason Tatum. 46 points to cancel out the 44 and 20 game Giannis had. You had that masterclass performance. They forced the Game 7, and in Boston, in that Game 7, everybody showed up. Boston got the win and advanced to the conference finals. Miami will have the opportunity to do the same thing. Now, in order for that to happen, Miami has to play better. And most importantly, they have to make their shots. They have to make their shots. Like I said, they shot 15% from the 3 in Game 5. But in terms of the attempts, it really showed. 7 of 45 shooting from the 3-point line by Miami in Game 5. That is unacceptable. You're not winning a basketball game if you're making 7 of your 45 threes as a team. It has been bad, and they have to perform better. If they cannot shoot the ball well, they have no shot of winning this game. But it is possible. If Miami can find something, anything, if they can get anything going from the 3-point line in Game 6, they can win it. But it comes down to the team, and they've all spoken about it. They know they have to play better. They know they have to execute. They know their backs are on the wall. They know the season's on the line. They have to do something. When you're back against the wall, you've got to be able to perform at your best, because if you don't leave it all on the court, it's over. But can Miami really pull it off? Can they really pull off this victory win on the road? Can they really force a Game 7? It is possible, but how likely is this team to go into TD Garden and pull off a road victory when you see this Boston Celtics team hungry for a chance to go to the NBA Finals? How likely is that to happen? It's not likely. But is it possible? Can they pull it off? Yes, but you're going to need this team to shoot better, and you need a masterclass performance by Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler needs to give you a Game 2 type performance. Matter of fact, a Game 1 type of performance, because 29 points ain't going to be enough. You need a 40-plus point performance from Jimmy Butler if you're going to be able to pull this off. Either you're getting a 40-plus performance from Jimmy Butler, or this team has to shoot damn near 50% from 3, and they have to make those threes. So you're going to need a lot from this Miami Heat squad, but it is possible. However, it comes down to the players executing on offense, and it comes down to Spoelstra making the adjustments. If you see guys out there missing shots and doing nothing for you defensively, it's your job to substitute these guys out. Change up the lineups as much as you can. Whoever is helping you the most, put them out there. I think at this point, with the way Lowry's played, you have to put Vincent in the starting lineup and put Lowry on the bench. Vincent has to be in the starting lineup because he's bringing more energy offensively than Lowry is doing for you. So maybe it may be time for Vincent to be back in the starting lineup, and it's possible that Strus may have to go back to the bench. Either you go with Duncan Robinson or you go with Victor Oladipo. Either way, with the way Strus has looked, Strus may have to go back to the bench. And it's unfortunate to say, but if he's not doing anything for you, he's got to go to the bench. So can Miami pull this off? Is this the end of the Miami Heat? I don't think so. I think they have a chance to pull off a victory and force a Game 7. I did say this though, it's going to be either Boston in 6 or Heat in 7. If Miami forces a Game 7, I believe they're going to the finals. If not, Boston obviously will win Game 6 and head to the NBA Finals. But it all comes down to this, season on the line. What do you have left in the tank? What grit do you have? What guts do you have? This game is going to define the season. It's going to define the Miami Heat season. All the criticisms they've gotten, the media writing them off, people calling them frauds, saying you guys are nothing more than the 2015 Atlanta Hawks. It's up to you to prove them wrong. Everything the season has been about and everything the season has come up to, it all comes down to this, bro. Everything we've done, everything we've accomplished, all the work we've put in to get to this moment, it comes down to this. If the Miami Heat are going to make the NBA Finals, they have to force a Game 7. It's as simple as that. There's no other way. If they're going to pull off this comeback, they have to play the best basketball of the season in order to get this done. This may have to be a situation where if they come out hot, they have to find a way to blow these guys out. Because you have to win this Game 6. Everything's on the line, season's on the line. Everything you've worked for, your reputation of this season. Everybody's saying you guys were frauds. Your reputation and everything the media's been talking about you. Everything's on the line. You lose this game, you prove the media and you prove everyone that called you frauds and overrated, you prove them right. But if you can win this Game 6 and force a Game 7 on your home court, you have a chance to have a real good shot to make the finals, especially if it's on your own home court. But it all comes down to what Miami can do. They have to be able to execute offensively. They have to shoot damn near 50% from three. And you need to see Jimmy Butler be the best player on this team. It comes down to that. If you can't get that, they don't have a chance to win Game 6. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's all I got to say. I hope the best for Miami. I still think we have a chance in Game 6. But, all I can do is hope for my team to win. With that being said, that is all I've got. And I'm out of here, man. Peace.